When you think of gold, platinum, silver, and copper, your mind likely goes straight to luxury jewelry or high-end electronics. But in the world of modern beauty, these precious metals are no longer confined to jewelry. They are being used as potent skincare ingredients. And so, welcome to the era of nano gold, platinum, and copper facials, where precious metals, once reserved for jewelry and investment, are now being massaged into the skin to boost collagen, reduce inflammation, and deliver antioxidants deep into the skin. Hello and welcome to Health and Lifestyle, where we talk all matters health, bringing you lived experiences and also experts to talk about some of the conditions that we'll be covering for you. My name is Maria, and definitely this is Health and Lifestyle. KBC Channel 1 on X is where you can actually interact with us. Coming up in the program, modern beauty meets ancient metals. Art Currency Spa blends nano gold, platinum, and copper in skincare.
So this, when it goes into the body, we was talking about before, it actually pushes out all the toxins because the heavy metals like aluminum and mercury and these things, it pushes it out.
Balancing your body's pH, why pH matters for skin, health, and wellness. And it's the largest and one of the most vital organs in the body. We take a look at some of the functions of the skin on Good Practice. Well, and to start us off, I've covered everything from cutting-edge hospital tech to experimental therapies, but today I'm immersing myself literally in a skincare infused with a touch of precious metals. Curious about how a metal associated with fine jewelry could transform my skin? Well, at Art Currency Spa, I got to experience nano platinum facial. Let's take a look. They say beauty is skin deep, but at the Art Currency Spa, it's dipped in gold, infused with platinum, and finished in silver. I'm here at the Art Currency, a luxury spa that's redefining facial treatments using the most coveted elements on earth: gold, platinum, and silver. Let me take you through my personal journey of indulgence. It began with a skin analysis.
Exactly. Well, skin deep is, you have the surface of the skin, you have the internal of the skin, but these skin basically have signatures. And these, a deeper part of the signature of the skin is the year that you was born, your element, the number that you're aligning with, your job, your social. So basically, your skin is just giving a signal of, I feel good. If you're glowing, you're saying inside, I feel good. And then we have here your metal, your jewelry. So we have two, because RAM signifies platinum. And that's why we chose the platinum serum to align you with. But also, it's more of a whiter metal. So we chose, a lot of people say, okay, we need you to wear more platinum. It's maybe a little costly, so we want to push you more towards silver. So silver jewelry is a purifier, and it's going to help you align with your metal. So platinum and silver is one of your metals that you should try to wear more often.
Then a gentle face wash, no ordinary cleanser, but a copper-infused soap, cool to the touch and silky on the skin. I lathered up over a handcrafted bronze sink, while the water was filled with gemstones, Himalayan salt, and peppermint essential oil.
You saw here we have the copper pan, the old school ritual. So copper actually keeps the water purified. And then you also have the gemstones in there. So it's creating a frequency. We'll put a little salt, rinse the face with copper nano soap, hard currency copper nano soap. And that's basically just going to clean the palate of the skin. So I'm adding some nano gold to the formula.
Next, a steam session with distilled water enhanced with nano gold and platinum.
So we mix a little platinum and the gold in the distilled water and open up the pores with the steam, allow the minerals to get in to a deeper perspective.
As the golden and platinum mist enveloped my face, it felt like stepping into another realm, one where each breath was equal parts luxury and detox. My skin was then treated to a unique facial mask, a lush blend of moringa and nano platinum mixed with peppermint.
Moringa, which actually is like a herbal healing mask, and that actually kind of exfoliates, get off the dead skin, and basically bring the skin surface back to alkaline.
But this treatment wasn't just skin deep. I was also given a nourishing elixir, moringa, peppermint, and platinum designed to detox from within. Each sip was herbal, minty, and surprisingly smooth.
So we have a platinum and a gold internal, and it helps with your brain. And then we mixed it with a peppermint. It helps to loosen up all the mucus. And then we ran into the moringa, which helps with the detoxing. And so now we're treating the internal. At the same time, you're getting a nice steam, you're getting a facial. So in the States, they call it colloidal silver and the colloidal gold and colloidal platinum. And so basically what we're doing, we're mimicking nature. So imagine nature with a tree, is the roots is going down into the ground, and it's coming in contact with zinc, magnesium, gold, copper, and these things. So the roots actually attach to that and begin to harmonize with that. And these minerals goes into the tree, into the fruit. So you'll have an orange with vitamin C, you'll have a magnesium, zinc. You see, you have fruits with gold, platinum, palladium, rhodium, berries, and these things. So all we're doing is mimicking nature and using this process called nano, extracting small particle frequencies into water, and we're actually just mixing it with oil or mixing it with elixirs and then drinking it. So this, when it goes into the body, we was talking about before, it actually pushes out all the toxins because the heavy metals like aluminum and mercury and these things, it pushes it out because it doesn't attach to it. It's because it's harmonized with a certain frequency. So whatever is not needed is just exposed. So it does its job, it comes in and moves things out, and then it doesn't set and accumulate, it just begins to remove itself as well.
Finally, a platinum finishing serum sealed in all that goodness, leaving my skin radiant, supple, and truly luminous. From the inside out, this precious metal experience wasn't just a facial, it was a celebration of self-care. So if you're looking for something more than just a treatment, something elemental, ethereal, and extraordinary, this is it. Beauty redefined by gold, platinum, and silver. Well, there you have it. Who knew that something usually reserved for necklaces and rings could offer a glow this radiant? Well, on that note, we take a break, but we'll be back with much more, including what does a watchmaker and a jeweler have to do with skincare? We get to know more in just a moment. Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. I gave you a clue. What does a watchmaker and a jeweler has to do with skincare? Well, Dr. Stephen Nkiru Richardson talks precious metals and their benefits on our health. Let's get to listen.
Well, Think of one thing you can do without time in this physical. And that answer comes back as nothing. So that just lands on that everything is pretty much a timepiece. So a timepiece represents one stage coming from one stage to the next stage, whether it's a transformation, whether it's aging, whether it's changing, it's showing some kind of change. So that represents a measurement of time through that. Yes.
Just like you've already explained that the human body is a timepiece, but what a better way to, analyze or gauge, the human body when you talk about time, than looking at the skin, because the skin can tell us so much, whether you're young, you're a little bit mature, not old. I don't talk about old, but mature and all that. Yeah, and whether you're stressed or anything that is happening with it. So the skin is the first indication that something is, going on with you. So maybe you could explain to us how that happens.
The skin is a big indicator. I mean, it's the biggest organ we have. So when anything is showing up that's going on internal, it's going to bring to the surface. When I looked at gold itself in its pure form, and this has come back to the time, anti-aging serum, is that gold itself doesn't age. So it doesn't rust, it doesn't tarnish in its pure form. So when you come in contact with these elements such as platinum, it doesn't rust, it doesn't tarnish. This is why it's used in cars in the catalytic converter, purifying air, because it is solely resistance against toxics. So when you bring that into the equation, whether it's in food, an element that is spreading on the skin, then you're coming in contact with these things and you're more likely to age more gracefully.
Skincare, in that matter, is not a new thing. Yes. Right from our traditional ways of living and all that, people use different types of, substances for that matter, yes, to take care of the skin. So the gold, can I say, is more connected to the Egypt and yes, Cleopatra and all that. So it's not a new thing.
So Cleopatra used different rituals, or gold rituals, whether it's, gold is very malleable. So you can stretch it out extremely thin. So it weighs as paper almost, or thinner than paper. And they can pull it like gold foil on their face. So she had these rituals that they use. And yes, this is an ancient African ritual to extract metals into water as well. So, these things are not new. This is just old remedies that's coming back and surfacing back into this new age and showing up in different ways. Yeah.
So when people think about gold, it's all about jewelry, it's all about adornment and all that. So how then do we connect gold and all these precious metals to health, Yeah, and especially to skin health for that.
So if you look at the periodic table, you have gold, which is AU79, platinum PT78. So they are sending out these basically different tone frequencies. And they're called precious metals for a reason, because they didn't start out this way. It's a process that they had to go through to create these noble metals, these precious metals. So nature automatically creates this process. This is the same process the human being, the journey of the human being is on as far as enlightenment. So, for example, if you look at people that meditate or the yogis, they're looking for enlightenment. Well, in the physical form, enlightenment is actually gold. So, it's all connected at that level. And when it comes to treating the skin, treating the aura, it's all connected to that enlightenment factor, gold. Because it's sending out that tone, whether it's platinum, whether it's copper, It's, like I said, a lot of people think of these minerals and they think of magnesium, zinc, copper, iron. But when you start going into gold, platinum, palladium, rhodium, iridium, osmium, they don't think of these, but these are the higher frequency metals. And when you get on that channel, this is when you really start solving some problems. Technology is using today injections of gold to actually shrink tumors.
So we are talking about frequency, and gold emits a certain frequency, vibration in simple terms, and copper and all that. But maybe you could just explain to us a little bit in a simple language for someone who's wondering, like, how does my skin vibrate, and how does all these other metals that I'm supposed to be using are supposed to be like vibrating at a certain frequency over to help with my overall health.
Sure. Like I was saying before, a lot of people, this is just expressions of the skin, whether it's acne, psoriasis, hyperpigmentation. These are just unbalanced frequencies that the skin is trying to get our attention and say something deeper is going on. And a lot of times, when they say these different terminology, it's the same underlying dis-ease. It's mucus or acidic level coming up to the surface. And it's just different expressions. So it's really a very baseline of the same treatment. And it starts with the diet. It starts with the eating the fruits. It starts with cleansing the body and say, okay, let me just stop eating this ugali. Let me just stop eating so much rice and see what happens. Let me try eating fruit for a day and see what happens. And then the body will begin to communicate a little bit differently. So, doctors or medical doctors, they say, oh, we need to treat hyperpigmentation this way. Oh, we need to treat acne this way. We need to treat it. No, it's really a basic line of a simple levels of treatment. For example, with copper, we use it for more deeper acne because the bandwidth of the frequency goes deeper into the skin. So these precious metals have different bandwidths. Copper is a deeper bandwidth, silver is a more tighter one, and gold is very tight. So you're dealing with a tone or frequency of enlightenment. So a lot of times we have to gradually bring the person up. It's like, for example, if you're in the gym, you're lifting weight, gold will be a much heavier weight, something to work up to. The silver and the copper will be lighter weights. But it's solving the problem, it's getting you on the path of enlightenment, it's giving you the path of healing. So when we're dealing with the skin is the biggest organ. And all our organs are actually layers of skin. So it's actually a riddle, it's actually a trick to get people into looking at the vanity of themselves to help them deal with deeper underlying conditions.
You severally mentioned to me, like, if you can't eat it, don't put it on your skin, So does it mean that all these things we see, the DIYs, people are putting eggs on their faces, avocados, and all that, and just emphasizing on why we need to choose our products very carefully, because the skin is a living organ. It absorbs and all that. But yes, are we exactly what we eat?
It actually works because, you are what you eat, and when you put something on your skin is eating it, it's absorbing it. It's like, oh, what's happening here? And it's trying to absorb it and break it down. So these natural remedies with avocado, different things, fruits, vegetables, these are old remedies.
Indeed, true health, real beauty starts from within. Literally, you're what you eat. So whether it's in serum or food, true radiance starts from within. And so in our good practice, we often think of skin in terms of beauty, glowing complexions, and youthful appearance. But beyond aesthetics, the skin is the largest and one of the most vital organs of the human body. Now, the skin being the largest organ of the human body plays several critical roles beyond just covering us. And here's a breakdown of its main functions. The skin is the body's largest organ and performs several essential functions. Number one is protection. It acts as a physical barrier against bacteria, viruses, pollutants, and UV radiation, prevents excessive water loss, and guards against injuries. It helps regulate body temperature through sweat production and blood flow and maintains fluid and electrolyte balance. It contains nerve endings that detect touch, temperature, pressure, and pain, and hosts immune cells that detect and fight pathogens. It uses sunlight to produce vitamin D, which is vital for bone health and immune function. It releases waste products like sweat and sebum. How then can you care for your skin? Cleanse gently. Wash your face twice a day using a mild non-abrasive cleanser suited for your skin type, and avoid hot water and harsh scrubbing. Use a moisturizer that suits your skin type to keep it hydrated and supple. Stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water to maintain skin elasticity and health. Eat a balanced diet. Include fruits, vegetables, healthy fats, and proteins to nourish your skin from the inside out. Avoid smoking and excess alcohol. These can age your skin prematurely and reduce blood flow and oxygen to your skin. Get enough sleep. Skin repairs itself during sleep. Aim for about 6 to 7 hours each night. Avoid touching your face as this prevents the transfer of bacteria and oil that can lead to breakouts. Chronic stress can trigger skin issues like acne and eczema, so manage stress. Get annual skin checks and consult a dermatologist for persistent issues like acne, rashes, or moles.
And on that note, we've come to the end of the program. If you're wondering how it feels to be immersed in precious metals, I invite you to actually experience it for yourself. You can get in touch with us at KBC Channel 1 on X and also at Mariam on X for more details of how we can link you up to Dr. Stephen. And of course, we thank you, Dr. Stephen, for your time and for your wealth of information in as far as health and precious metals are concerned. Bye for now. My name is Mariam.